Everyone. My name is Maria Spencer, and today on Finding Your Why, I am joined by Kathleen, who is the school age director at our Lynchburg Otterloo Y, and Lorigan, who is our director of childcare and education operations for our Greater Beverly Y. Thank you guys for being here. Let's just jump right in. You tell me a little bit about yourselves, your current positions at the Y. I know I said it, but I feel like sometimes people hear those titles and they're like, I don't know exactly what that means.
So I'm the school age director, like Maria said. So I oversee the after school programs at the Lynchburg Otterloo Y. We have programs in Marblehead and Swampscott, and then the Marblehead Charter School. So altogether, I think we have about 450 kids enrolled in our programs from kindergarten to 8th grade. I'm sure we'll talk more about after school specifically later on, but that's kind of the gist. So I manage the staff and figure out kind of what happens in the programs and work with the site coordinators and our other leadership team members to make sure that we're running like the safest, most high quality programs that we can. I grew up going to after school and summer camp at the Lynch Van Otterloo Y, so it's kind of a fun full circle moment to be doing that still.
I run my new title, not new, a couple years now, is the Director of Childcare Operations. So I oversee we just hired a school age director who will now oversee all of the site coordinators and our after school program, which has a little over 500 kids enrolled across Beverly. I oversee our ELC directors. So we have close to 200 kids enrolled in our preschool programs. I oversee all of our camp programs with our camp youth and family director. So this summer we had over 500 kids a week for camp, which was it was kind of like a record enrollment number for us this year. With that, I also work with the city for our summer literacy program, Mayor Cahill's summer literacy program, where we have this past summer, we had 80 kids enrolled in that. We work with the schools for that program. I just celebrated my 21st camp season with the Y, which was really exciting. And I know Kathleen kind of talked about full circle. For me, it's the same thing. I started here in college in camp, met my now husband. My kids go to the Y now. They go to camp. We actually have one in after school now. It's nice working for an organization that's so in tune with the community, and I'm sure Kathleen feels that too.
Can you guys talk about the after school program as a whole, like how they operate, what kind of activities kids and parents can expect at them?
So I think Kathleen and I can speak for our respective programs. And what I always say about when I'm interviewing staff, the program as a whole has these umbrella rules that we have to follow, right? There are these state rules that come into play of how many inches off the floor snack has to be, and how many minutes of physical activity the kids have to have. But when you walk into, and I would assume it would be the same as if I walked into a Beverly site compared to a site that LVO runs, they all are different. They are very different. We try to match the feel of the school as well, right? Our staff have a lot of pride in each school that they are in. So we have staff that will wear the elementary school gear, right? They buy it from the PTO and they're like, I'm going to wear a North Beverly sweatshirt. And we've had staff stay after to help hand out programs for the 4th grade shows because they were just short teachers, and they really do become part of the community in the building. So within that, they are doing the same activities every day. So we have we're supposed to do a half an hour of physical activity time. We do way more than that. We know that kids need to run and they need to get their wiggles out and their feels. We have 4th grade boys that are like, I just want to play knockout all day. Great. It's beautiful out. Let's do that. We do offer everybody a snack. They can have our snack. They can have a snack they brought from home. If you're a picky eater, that's cool. You choose. We do a lot of table games. And within that, I think people will see, and Kathleen, I don't know if you've come across this, but I think when people come in, they observe kids just playing with Legos or kids playing board games, but there really true is a deeper meaning to that of the kids have to work together and they have to if you're going to argue, that's a conversation. That's not me coming in and trying to figure out what's going on. There's small group work that happens within those tables. We have curriculum that we do every month. We have a curriculum specialist. It's part of our contract with Beverly Public Schools that we have a certified teacher write a monthly curriculum for us. So their activities are connected to the DESI frameworks that the teachers are using during the day as well. So we're doing a lot of team building, like I said, physical activity, but we're building in some STEM activities. We're building in maybe art components, math components, things like that.
Yeah. That's whenever like I'm talking to new staff, I feel like that comes up a lot of like, okay, what do we do at after school? And that's always one of the first things I tell them is like, we're here to help them learn how to be people and to build their social skills and to figure out how to talk to each other and how to collaborate and how to have relationships with people. I think that's even more important than ever coming out of COVID. Like our current kindergartners, I think were the babies that were born during COVID, and everybody older than them lived through that at like in preschool and first grade and second grade. And those are really formative years to figure out how to make a friend and if it's okay to share and how we're going to share successfully and things like that. Um, and also to what Lorigan was saying about like just being school partners. I know one of the other things that we'll do here is we'll talk to the schools about they obviously, as schools, will collect all kinds of data on their kids of what they're doing and where the learning gaps are in their schools. And so something that we try to match up with as much as we can is like if we hear from the Brown School in Marblehead that number sense is a challenge across their grades and they're really struggling with kids recognizing numbers. There are so many games and activities that we can do with like dice and counting and anything related to numbers that will help build those skills in a way where we're kind of supporting what the teachers in the school are trying to do and working on every day.
And I think that's a really good point too, because we do it as a group, but we do it for individuals as well, right? Like Kathleen, if you think about it, how many times have your site coordinators reached out to teachers or principals or parents to say, hey, can we all get together and meet about Joe? Like he seems to be having some difficulty in the bathroom transitions. What's going on? Let's meet and talk about it. We do that quite frequently. Our inclusion specialist is on a first name basis with all our school adjustment counselors. And it's really, we've had parents and schools ask us to be part of IEP meetings and we are truly part of that team, not only for the family, but for the school too. We actually, and Kathleen, I don't know if you've done this yet. We actually partnered with the schools for Cartwheel Care. We have the ability to refer kids in our program to Cartwheel Care, which is an organization that, to sum it up, can offer therapy services or supportive therapy services for kids with no wait list. So if we're seeing things in the program and the school may be seeing things, we can refer them out and meet up, and the kids get referred to therapists and school adjustment counselors that work for Cartwheel Care, and they get that at home once a week, which has been really eye-opening for us, but also it's built another partnership with the school. It's kind of like an extension to our contract. And the parents have been really thrilled and the kids have been really, really benefiting from it.
Every fall, the Y of the North Shore does a fundraising campaign to raise money to support after school programs and childcare. Why is fundraising so important for programs like these?
The Y's motto is we welcome all. I want as many kids in our program that we can fit. And that's not ever a financial reason. It's always, we have a lot of kids in the city that need after school programs, and I want to be able to get them in here. And some of them may not be able to afford full cost. Because I've got 2 kids, it gets pricey. So how can we as an organization help in that mission to get as many kids in after school programming as possible? And that's how I think we always look at it. There's also families that just last year, I had a mom email me and said, hey, I'm a teacher. I just found out I'm not going to have, I'm losing my job. I'm not going to know what to do come the summer, starting actually like next week. What do I do? And we immediately put her on flexible pricing because we wanted her daughter to continue in the program. We wanted her to have that ability to be with her friends and keep that consistent for her, and not have her every day affected too much. And we have the ability to do that because we're the why. And I don't think a lot of other programs can see that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of twofold. There's the funds we raise, like it does go directly to the kids Lorigan's describing that need it, that need flexible pricing. And sometimes it's because that's just something's come up in their family situation, and a parent lost a job, or even like they went from 2 kids to having 3 kids in the program, and that's suddenly an extra almost $200 a week. That's a big cost.
But I think that's a good point, Kathleen, because like we talk about giving to the Y for scholarship, which is probably the biggest reason why people donate. But then that allows us to, while we do say yes to everybody in regards to flexible pricing, because of those donations, it allows us to still offer a free snack to every kid. That's not in the regs. We don't have to do that. We have to offer a snack time. We want to take it a step further and say, we're going to give you a free snack included in the program because we know some kids really need this free snack. We are going to supply all of the materials in the program because we should, but it gives us an opportunity to be able to do that. It allows us to add more value to the program because we are able to keep saying yes from donations in regards to scholarships for more kids to come. So we're really hitting it on both sides. We're getting more kids in the program and we're able to offer them more.
Yeah, and I feel like that just goes to show again, like the impact that after school programs and childcare at the Y have beyond the Y itself. Like you said, it trickles into the community. It helps pretty much everyone, even if, they're not necessarily involved in after school or not. Anything else you guys would like to share? Any final thoughts?
I just think childcare in general, I know a lot of people look at it as it's something families need because we work as a working family. And there are so many benefits to it. It's not daycare. It's really, it really is so much more. Um, it is, to all of our points, it is learning, it is socializing, it is physical activity, meeting new kids and hanging out with kids that you may not hang out with during class time. And I think a lot of people develop friendships through it. So yeah, I really, really try to push home that childcare in general is a really big term, and it's not just daycare. It is something a lot more.
Well, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it.